Hey there, Seb Frey the Realtor here, and in this video I'm going to explore the state of the South Bay real estate market here in February 2023. If you're wondering how the 2023 real estate market is beginning to shape up at the dawn of the year, then you definitely want to watch this video. Alright, well before I get into all that, I first want to say thank you so much for clicking on the link to watch this. I really do appreciate it, and I'll do everything I can to bring you lots of value in the time that we have here together. And I'm going to ask you to please mash that subscribe button right there to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click that little bell to make sure that you get a notification every time I put up a brand new, fun, and fact-filled video, kind of like this one. Alright, so here we are. It's early February 2023. The January numbers are just now in for the real estate market, and a lot of people are wondering, hey, what is going on? It's no news, I don't think, that last year kind of was a bust. It started out extremely strong. January, February, March, it was going gangbusters. March set all-time record pricing. Actually, it blew out all previous pricing records throughout the Bay Area. And then mortgage rates took that stratospheric rise way up, and it basically dealt a body blow to the real estate market. I'm sure you saw the headlines about that. And the market is not that prices really crashed, although prices did drop from their peak. But what really happened was we saw a dramatic decline in sales volume. So there were not that many houses that were getting sold. Sales activity dropped anywhere from 30% on up to 50% at various points in the year, in the second half especially of 2022. And so there's a general sentiment out there that the real estate market is kind of on the skids. I talked to a lot of people, maybe you're one of them. I talked to a lot of people about the state of the real estate market, and a lot of people are telling me, gee, the real estate market is really down right now. And well, yes, honestly, it is down, but down is a relative term. Down from what exactly? Down from when exactly? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in this real estate update that I have for you. But I just want to point out, before I start digging into those numbers, that what you see in January, the closings that you see in January, where we get the data in terms of sale price and days on market, all that stuff, that really is largely affected by what happens in December, because closings generally happen about 3 to 4 weeks after they go under contract. So most January sales are reflecting what happened in December, and December was this year a very, very quiet December. Typically December and January tend to have some of the lowest sale volumes per year in any given year. And this, December, January, certainly no exception to that. Actually, it turns out that closings in January were at a 15-year low. So, there isn't actually all that much data going on because there wasn't that much market activity. So we're going to see some January numbers that aren't exactly great news if you are a homeowner, but I want to put that into the context of, remember, this really is December that we are mostly, in fact, looking at, and that, we usually do see a pretty good rebound every single year, starting about halfway through January, and that the spring market in the Bay Area tends to really get going in early February. And today it's early February, and we have seen a really strong turnaround in market activity. And I think some of it has to do with the fact that there were a lot of buyers who were sitting on the sidelines, from last year, because there was that huge spike in interest rates. A lot of people were waiting for that other shoe to drop. And that shoe hasn't really dropped, or maybe it's a different shoe, because, for example, we had those job report numbers from last week. What was it? 517,000 new jobs created in the month of January. That is really incredible. Actually, it's 25 months in a row of job increases, which is not exactly the sign of a weak or faltering economy. We also have some very, very good news from the stock market. The stock market has rebounded sharply over the past several weeks. So there's a lot more people, especially people owning, high-tech stocks, for example, who might maybe live around here, who are feeling a lot more flush and a lot more secure and a lot more ready to make a move. So, anecdotally, we've heard tales of a lot more people showing up to open houses, a lot of disclosure packages being downloaded on listings. We've heard of a lot of multiple offers and some homes selling surprisingly quickly and at surprisingly high sale to list price ratios. But that is, again, just relatively recent news since about the middle of January, and so the numbers that we're going to look at are not really going to reflect that. So it will be very interesting to see what next month's data shows about what's happening right now. So without any further ado, though, let's just actually jump into those numbers and buckle up your seatbelt, because it is actually pretty interesting. All right, first let me take you through Santa Clara County. So we had new listings in Santa Clara County down by 22% versus January a year ago. Only 565 homes were listed for sale in January. Sales, now this is the lifeblood of realtors like myself. Sales, only 301 homes sold in all of Santa Clara County. Single-family residences sold in Santa Clara County in January. That's down 40% from January a year ago. How about days on market? Well, the average home in Santa Clara County took 36 days to sell. That is an increase of 257% from a year ago, when it took just 14 days on average to get your home under contract. Another number that I really like to look at is the price per square foot. That was down 11.2% year over year to an average of $959 per square foot. Now, the sales to list price ratio was 97.7%, so sellers on average received about 2.3% less than full asking price for their homes. And the median price in Santa Clara County, get this, an even $1.5 million, and that is down substantially from a year ago. A year ago, it was a $1,688,000, so that's a decrease of about 11.1%. Now, when I say South Bay, I'm including Santa Cruz County in there, because what happens in the South Bay and Santa Clara County shows up quite significantly in Santa Cruz County. And of course, many people who work in the South Bay live in Santa Cruz, or would like to live in Santa Cruz. So let's take a look at that market. So Santa Cruz County in January of this year, there were only 68 new listings, and that is down 42% from a year ago in January 2022, when there were 117 new listings. Now, how about sales? Turns out this year, of single-family homes, Santa Cruz County, only 62 single-family homes closed escrow in Santa Cruz County. That is a drop of 30% from a year ago, when there were 86 that closed in January of 2022. Now, days on market in Santa Cruz County, that's up dramatically. It's up 74%. It took an average of 54 days to get a home sold in Santa Cruz County in January of this year. That's versus just 31 days this time last year, so that's pretty interesting. Now, how about price per square foot? The average price per square foot for a home sold in January, $738 a square foot. That is down 7.3% from a year ago, when it was $796 per square foot. The average sale to list price ratio was about 95.2%, which means that sellers were getting on average 4.8% below their last listing price, not their original listing price, but below their last listing price. And the median home price in Santa Cruz County in January 2022, glad you asked, it was $1.16 million, which is down 7.2% from January a year ago, when it came in at $1.25 million. All right, now this is a bit of a stretch, because I'm going all the way down to Monterey, and I guess if you live in Santa Cruz, then Monterey would be the South Bay, as it were. So a lot of people though who work in Silicon Valley, they obviously are interested in perhaps picking up some beautiful Monterey County real estate, and a lot of folks do commute up via Highway 101 from North Monterey County. So let's take a look at those numbers. So in January 2023, there were 143 new listings in Monterey County. That is down 29.2% from a year ago when there were 202 new listings in Monterey County. And in terms of sales, there were 99 sales of single-family homes in Monterey, January 2023. That's down 41% from a year ago when there were 168 sales. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Now, days on market took 52 days on market on average in Monterey County to get your home sold. That's an increase of 93% from a year ago when it took just 27 days to get a home sold in Monterey. The price per square foot, though, this is actually interesting. The price per square foot in Monterey County last month in January, up 14% to $662 per square foot. That is an increase from last year when it was $570 per square foot. And the sales to list price ratio in Monterey, 95.8%. That means sellers are also getting about 4.2% less than their asking price in January. And the median price in Monterey was $850,000 for a single family home in January. And that is down insignificantly from a year ago when it was $851,325. So that's how the numbers came in for January. As you can see, not really great numbers, but I want to put that into context for all of you, especially those of you who are wondering, gee, is it okay to sell my house this year, or should I wait for the market to rebound? That's a fair question. I guess my answer to that would be, what are your plans for the money? If you are planning when you sell just to liquidate that cash, take the tax hit maybe, and just sit on a pile of dough, then perhaps you do want to wait. But if you're looking at reinvesting your money into some other property perhaps, or maybe some equities, or into a new business or something like that, I would say that probably now is actually a fine time to sell, because we don't know what's going to happen 6 or 9 months down the road. All we know is what's happening right now, and that while prices are down year over year, they certainly are significantly up from where they were just a couple of years ago. And if you do want to get your home sold, do yourself a favor and call this number here at the bottom of the screen. That's my direct number. You call it, I answer. I would love to speak with you about the state of our real estate market, and also talk about a strategy by which you can get way more for your home than you can selling any other way. And if that would be of interest to you, by all means, give me a call. I'd love to speak with you. All right, that's all I have for this video. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, I'm guessing you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do take a look at those. All right, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and please stay tuned.